Hello guys, this is another video. My name is Diego Pacheco and today we're gonna talk about how many hours should I actually work. Well, that's a good question, right? So should you work 6, 8, 10, 12, 14? Well, that really changed from person to person, right? But I believe the sweetest spot is something between 8 and 10. Um, there is an important question, which is how we count these hours. We counting just working hours? Are we counting like study, POCs, reading? Because that definitely is part of work, right? If we understand that our work on technology is about learning, right? You need to learn new techniques, and you need to understand what people are doing outside in other companies. That research, that work, that education is critical for improving our daily work, right? So definitely this is part, right? But often people do not count that part. So easily could say, I just work 8 hours, but I still 2 hours, right? So then you work 10 hours actually. Another thing is difference between like a product and a service company, right? Because in a service company often you work as contractor, right? So you get paid by the hours, so if you work more hours is best. In a product company often you have a fixed salary with fixed amount of hours, so and you end up wanting to work less. So that are different scenarios, but besides these scenarios, right, um there's always your life moment, right? If you have kids, if you have cats, if you want to make money, if you want to enjoy life, so that change from people to people and moment to moment, right? There's work life balance too, so you want to have some balance between you know hang out with friends, maybe drink beer, maybe travel and do stuff, or even do nothing, right? Sometimes we just need to be seated in the sofa doing nothing for an hour, right? And that's how we rest and recover our energy. um, Another interesting thing is a nature of some problems, right? Some problems, they really demand hours and hours, right? There are some problems you cannot fix in 1 2 hours. You need like 5 6 uninterrupted hours focus to get something done, right? That, let's say you are investigating a bug, or you're trying to work on some complex logic, so or refactoring something which is really complicated. So some problems, they cannot be done with few hours, right? Because there is a huge price for the context switch. Easily could be 15 20 minutes, right? So you have lots of interruptions, you cannot really get some things done. I always like Conan the Barbarian, and Conan has a god called Kron. And I always had a pretext like I'm gonna go to Kron mountain, which pretty much I would say, okay, for sprints for 2 3 weeks, don't talk to me. I'm gonna be just coding this thing, and don't interrupt me. And this is how you might get like very complicated things done. Another interesting thing is like how many hours per sleep you get every night. I could say the same thing for work, right? Sometimes we have so many meetings. How many hours of your work you can actually work, right? And okay, your work, you're doing meetings, but do you have what, 2 hours for coding time, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour for design? So really, how much work you can get done in the work time, right? And that's another factor why increases the amount of hours that you need to work. Another thing is about building a mindset, right? So basically, if you create this mindset, this habit of doing something, you get too used to it, right? So I put in my mind that I want to read a paper every day, for instance, right? So I was playing with several different ways to read the paper, right? So I was reading and taking notes on Evernote, and now I'm kind of using a mark tool on the paper, and I realized that reduced like 40 minutes, 1 hour on my reading time. So there's definitely ways you can get better. So another thing could help you, right, to work less hours if that's your goal, is find a way to be more productive with the hours you have, like I did with my papers. So in the end of the day, right, I don't want to be preachy at all. Like several years ago, I read a book like Hackers and Painters, and I sent to a friend, and a friend told me, "Oh, I kind of like the book, but the guy's too preachy, right? Saying do this, don't do that, this is this way, that is that way." So I never try to be that. I'm just throwing here ideas and things I do, and one way to do one thing, another way to see another, trade offs like anything. But in the end of the day, do whatever you want, right? Your life. So I'm not trying to be pitchy here. I'm just trying to talk about some concepts and some ideas, and maybe you can take some of it, and maybe not, but that's all fine. So that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.